This is why I can't have anything that's nice. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Burndown YouTube channel. Last time you guys were here, we were doing air tank stuff, mountain things. I was in a little bit of a hurry because we're doing this in the afternoon and I wanted to get something done and feel accomplished. Well, we did that. I put it all together, and then off camera, I slammed it all in, made a little spot for it in a little tray, put it in, and decided it was complete garbage and I wasn't happy with it, and instantly had another idea. So we're going with that. But this is the original plate. It fits in the car in our little spot that we had by the wheel tub, right? Goes in, Bob's your uncle, the tank mounted, compressor, and then I had 2 holes here, and I already popped holes in the trunk too. Like, we were committed. I was going for it, and when I set it on the surface, the tank rocked a little bit on this, and I'm like, man, I want this mounted better. And then it's a little rubber feet mounted thing. I'm like, maybe we'll just go flat to it. And then I realized, like, you know, this thing already has a mount on it. The only thing that doesn't have a mount is this. So, stroke of genius, here we go. Rock and roll. So I decided we would make a mount for it, right? Remember, we are steel. So I was like, this thing's gotta be strong enough to hold this little peanut up there. So what I did was came up with the idea of a little guy to go like so, and it'll sit there, and then this dude come out to that. Right now we got a package deal, and this is our little rubber mounting feet that I was talking about. We can just slam some bolts through that. And then I think too, I'm actually going to take these little crush deals. I think I'm going to take those out, and we'll just put a little bit bigger bolt, and we'll just smash this against like the trunk floor or whatever it is, just to make sure it's a little more secure, pancake it a bit better, and make sure she's mounted up in there, considering we're going to put some top weight on it. And then if it really has issues, we'll just get rid of this, and then hopefully it won't be terribly loud. I did hear from a buddy of mine. He was texting me, he's like, oh, I have that same setup, and it basically freaks me out every time it turns on. So we will see how we go. My car's kind of a tin can, everything's gutted, so maybe like some sound deadener. Although we are building up sound deadener on the bottom, because right where this is on the bottom side, we're getting some rubber laid underneath there, so that'll help. That's my plan. If it makes noise, we got to do more burnouts. Win for everybody. So let me mess with this. We'll get this TIG welded on here, and then you could make it again. I'm just gonna play with my toys. We will TIG weld it, even more practice for this guy, and then I'll show you guys what it kind of looks like, and then we'll pop more holes in the car. These are speed holes. We're lightening the car as we switch and change our ideas on a daily basis, but we can mount it in there, and then I will be happy with that, because we'll kind of have to leave it alone for a minute because I have other stuff we have to mess with. But I can't open this and then just have it sitting here and jump to something else like a complete squirrel. So I'd at least like to get it mounted, and then we can always come back and plumb it and wire it another day. So less talking, more working.
You have to have something that sticks. You have to have something that's monumental. When you walk out on stage, it has to be monumental.
Jiggle, jiggle.
Can you remember any of the rap that you did?
My money don't jiggle, jiggle. It folds. I'd like to see you wiggle, wiggle. For sure. Make me wanna dribble, dribble. You know, riding in my Fiat. You really have to see it. 6'2" in a compact. No slack. But luckily the seats go back. I got a knack to relax in my mind. I'm sipping some red wine.
I sit bruised from chalices, holding my palaces. Crib is so cramped, you sucker suffer from paralysis. Rhymes, I ride them in the castle. You try to diss me and pretty soon your arse'll squat in the cell. Cause I can tell you it's illegal. Treason, that's the reason I'm real. You'll do time for the crime of Les Majesty. I the police cause they can't arrest me.
We got it welded up, melted our stickers. So we got that little dude there, and then I went around and then kind of up the edges on that one, right? So she's still warm. We'll let her rest. And now what we can do is figure out kind of where the holes are going to be, I would say tentatively. let's open this dude up and I'll show you guys how froggy we were. And we basically didn't go anywhere. It's like spinning your tires, boys. So, fit and finish. Like I said, I was happy with it. And it lived like right there, right? Something like that. That's kind of that was our jam, right? So that means the compressor needs to live somewhere around here. So if we move this, yeah, we've got plenty of space right here to make it happen. So what we will do is wait for that thing to cool off. We can kind of use this as a template. I gotta make like a little paper template, I think. And then we can kind of set her on in here, put some marks down and just put 2 holes. And that's it. So then we only have the 2 mounting points. The compressor mounts to. If I want to take it out, you just take the tank out. If I want to take the compressor off, you just take it off and it's sitting right here in your face. And on a bonus, the little air line this, I think I have a picture. I'll put it up if I do have it. But it was resting on here and in here, and if that thing's vibrating and that's also like dancing around on all this stuff, it's just gonna be annoying and it will drive me nuts. So this way the hose shouldn't rub either, which is a plus. All right, she is cool enough to handle without gloves. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to just loosely put our little dude on, right? And we'll just put everything in. This isn't final assembly. This is loosely throw it on, make sure the thing fits in there and that you didn't royally screw up Dane. So these dudes will do it. And if you're wondering, I did studs on the top one, so those are tacked on the bottom. So those stay in place. Guess I can explain that to you guys. And then these ones do not. So this locates it, slide it over, and then on these ones, oh, we'll push it off the table. I'm trying to one-hander lander it. Okay, good. It's not blazing hot. So you get the picture. Fit and finish is on point, obviously, because I can't do it one-handed. But if I set you guys down, I can wiggle it and curse at it and pretend that it goes in smooth as butter, because this is television, right? This isn't real life over here. You don't have a problem. Oh, see, did you hear that one? It did it. It actually did it. But the other one is not being my friend. So we'll just pretend that we nailed it. Because why not? And then we'll spin these dudes down. I got just a couple regular nuts. These will all probably end up being some form of like a lock nut, so it doesn't vibrate itself loose. And then the rubber pads and all that stuff. And we'll try and negate some of the sound. I wonder if putting this little guy on here is going to make this like a speaker, and it's going to be even more preposterous than it should be. But it's a chance I'm willing to take. Go out on a limb for you guys. My car's loud anyways, and if it's not the motor, it's the creaking and it's the wind whistling past the airtight, non-existent seals. You get the idea. And here's the other thing. If you're wondering, maybe you weren't, I was smart enough to think ahead to if this had a leak or I had to take it out or whatever. Well, that's why the compressor is placed where it is, because I could set this in here. Oh, I thought it was gonna make a liar out of me. Oh, it hits a little bit. But we got a little bit of play. Anyways, it still spins, right? And then we'll run this guy off to the side like so. So this would have to be tightened up, and then you'd put this in. But you could still take everything out and apart without unbolting the tank. So, unless it was like the bottom guy was leaking, then you'd probably want to take it out. Or if this one was, I mean the accessibility, I guess we'll find out in a minute. That is that. So that's what the setup looks like, and this is the piece I was spinning and telling you guys that this will actually clear the compressor when the compressor's bolted down. Then this guy still give me a fit. Screw you, guy. So anyway, that is the tentative look at it. So let me pop a couple holes, more speed holes in the trunk, and then you and I will land the Eagle, see what she looks like. Dane's Air tank install take number 2. Second time's the charm, boys. One in, one in. Did we do it? Did he do it? Did we do it? Haha! Victory! Victory! Okay. She's not steady, but I'll show you guys. Huh? Although that guy's still kind of touching, but it was on this and on that one. So we'll see when we tighten her up. Maybe we can shimmy it to the left a little bit, but whatever. I guess you can't win them all. So that's the idea. So I think that's better than what we had. So let me know if you like the little plate idea, if you like this better. Again, stuff's accessible. When you race and you maintain things, you want to be able to see stuff. Like you don't, if you hide stuff from yourself, out of sight, out of mind, right? That's what I'm at least telling myself. So let me snug it down and we'll see how she looks. We'll get this thing wrapped. I'm pretty stoked on that one. So I think the second rendition, I think we're gonna quit screwing with it because we got other things to do. I got underneath and snugged this thing up, but I want to show you guys. Yeah, that ain't gonna fly. I don't want that thing doing that the whole time I'm driving around. I am gonna get some big fender washers, but I think the rubber mounting feet to this, because they have it, give it like a standoff and then like a little crush sleeve, that's my problem. So take it back out, we'll pull the crush sleeve, we'll snug it down again. If it's still floppy Johnson, then I'm just gonna have to figure out some other, a third mounting point to hold it like a normal human being, which I won't bore you guys with, but let's try that. Let's see if it unfloppies it, and if it doesn't, we'll just do a third contact point, and I'll just do a piece of sheet metal off like the back side, and then we'll make a little foot and attach it, and I won't have to share that with you because this is the mounting option. It's gonna stay that way. I like that. We just gotta do better than that. That is a look at how we are going to run it one last time. So I'm happy with that. I'll just make a little, like I said, third leg. We've already welded on the thing. I don't really care, so we'll just stick a little chingadera that hangs down and that, like an extra foot to stabilize the funk, and then we will be good to go. So when I get to actually making this thing function, I have to put in twin Mac valves, like 2 Mac valves, a fill and a dump. I've never done it. Once I kind of figured out, maybe we can go over that if that's something you guys would be interested in. I know I could run this with the standard 3-port and just bleed the air off, but the fill and dump, I believe, is the way to go, like having the 2 Mac valves. So that's what we're gonna do. We have the IO to do it. That's it, man. I hope you guys enjoy, and you're not the only one that has to redo your stuff before you even use your stuff. I'm out.
You boy, if you're with me, the police are gonna have to come and get me off your ass. That's how I'm going out for the pump mother showing out. When I'm in your neighborhood, you better duck, 'cause I skew this crazy ass. As I leave, believe I'm something. I'm coming straight out of call.